Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Let's Be Real 100%, where I am your co-host LaShawn Harden. Well, we're here to talk about life and all the things about it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've always believed that you are not to go through this journey alone. We are a community that wants to help each other grow and see what God has for us. No one said it would be easy, but with God, we can make it through it. Let's go ahead and sit back and enjoy this episode. Please like and subscribe and share with as many people as possible, and let's build this community of love. Oh shit, didn't work. Oh my gosh, what? I don't want to rename that. Oh my gosh. Alright, y'all. So I've been trying to, like I told y'all before, I've been trying to work on this thing. On my laptop. My laptop has all my background and stuff on it, but like my iPad won't let me update my background or nothing. So I'm not sure like how I can get it going. But like everything else, I don't know. Like all these other ones work, but it doesn't. That's ooh, we can add a QR code. Oh, interesting. Anyways, that's not what this is about. I was just really trying to figure out how to do this thing, but it is not working. Um. Anyways, so as you can see, the last episode was about consistency. So I want to be consistent. And so I'm here back. I'm back again. I'm here back. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, y'all listen, real life, okay? But hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Let's Be Real while I'm having all these technical issues while going live. It's crazy. Be real, I'm not gonna even front. I'm really on my iPad while talking to y'all, trying to figure out why my background won't work. Um and I really wish I could show y'all. But I'm gonna get it done by the next. Hopefully, crossing my fingers by the next episode, I can get my laptop up and going. But anyways, as you can see, in the topic, it's our topic today is in control or no control. I was in a situation not too long ago. I'm not gonna go into full depth just yet, but I wanted to talk about how being in control and having no control, of course, is a big difference. Depending on who is in control. As we go through life, we try to have control over everything. And if y'all hear me moving, I'm sorry, because I'm on my iPad. Um, one moment, let me up this thing. Here we go. Um, there's a difference between being in control and having no control. There's a big difference, as you can know. So when you're in control, that means you have your hands in everything. You're able to manipulate and choose what things go and how they go and how they don't go and who's there, who's not there, all those things. In control. Having no control means when you really just don't have control. Like when you don't have a choice to make any decisions uh, on anything. So recently I've had a situation, and when time comes, I will share that episode. And it's all about parenting, right? And again, I um, am real about a whole lot of things in life, and this is one of the reasons, kind of, when I said in the last episode, life be life, and one of the kind of situations I was trying to pray about and be consistent with the Lord about, because my prayer as a parent is like, first thing, literally, as my mom taught me when I was younger, and as I got older, knowing how her prayers were directed, her prayers were directed as, I'm not the best parent. Lord, teach me how to be a parent. Teach me how to be a mother to these children that you blessed me with, and to um, lead them and guide them in the way that I need to in you, right? And if they go astray or anything like that, then lead them back. I'm praying for mostly just salvation for my children. Um, they might not have everything they want and have everything they need, but if they have God in their lives as their choice as they get older, because as they get older, they will veer off and they will go do things, and life will introduce them to a whole lot of things that you really try to protect them from. And you try to tell them over and over again, learn from other people's mistakes, learn from my mistake, and what you don't want to do in life. And I want you to stay consistent in your, school and work and all these things, so that you can better yourself, right? So, anyways, that's my prayer is for my children. That's what I learned from my mother, and that's what I'm doing for them. Is to continue to pray for them daily and say, Lord, you gave them to me, but I'm giving them back to you. I gave them back at birth. Well, first of all, I gave them back in the womb, gave them back at birth, gave them back every chance I got, whether it was a good situation, bad situation, whatever, and to lead them to guide them on the decisions they need to make. And so that's my biggest prayer for them. So when they're young, you kind of have control over what they do, what they say, who they hang out with, what they eat, what they wear, all those things. You have literal control over all those things. Um, but as they get older, you start to be like, okay, well, now you have your own will. Even though you try to still stay in control, you start to feel them leave your fingertips. You start to feel them leave your lap. You start to feel them heavier on your heart. But in your heart, you don't have control. This is where they grow up. This is where they make their own decisions. This is the time where they have to really actually make the choice on their own. And when they get to that point, you have to trust God. And trusting God, I used to write a song back in the day. It was called Trusting God. And in the song, it was saying that trusting God is hard, but it was worth it. Because in God, uh, He has your best interest at heart. He's going to do His will regardless. And however He has to get our attention, He's going to do that. Because when we were out there in the streets, or I can just speak for me, when I was out there in them streets, doing what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it, and all those things, you know, when He wanted my attention to bring me back, He created a situation to where I was like, you know what, Lord, I need you. Like, I can't continue to live like this. Like, it seemed, when I tell you, when I was out there in the streets, it seems like I was touched. I was not able to be touched. Like, you couldn't touch me. Like, I was, financially stable. I had my own place, had my own vehicle. I was taking care of the kids. Like, I was doing all these things. Like, I was out there. Like, even before I had my own place and car. Like, I was still out there. But I felt like I had everything under control. Like, I was in control of everything that happened to me. The relationships I had, I was in control. I was dominant in all of it. I was like, a woman hear me roar. I had an episode like that, I think a couple months ago. Of course, it was called Woman Hear Me Roar. You can go back to listen to that one. But yeah, I was that woman and didn't need anything. I was in control of everything. I had everything. I had manipulated everything to where it was bowing down to me. Um, but as God switched things around and was like, "Hey, you don't have control as you think you do. This is my grace surrounding you, not allowing the enemy to really just take you out. Because as you're a PK, if you're a PK, you do have that little voice in the back of your head and that self-conscious is like, hey, this is wrong. This is not what you was raised like. You know how to get to God, but the other side, the little angel, like the cartoons with the angel on one side and the enemy on the other side. The enemy is like, well, I mean, you have everything you need. Like, why not go back? Why go back? Why lose control of everything you have? You have control. You have everything you need, right? Oh, but anyways, that angel became a little softer, a little sterner. It was like, hey, well, this is alright. So um, that's when you trust God and you release control over pretty much everything uh, in life. And it's not like you don't have control, you don't have a decision, because He did give us a will to do what we want to do. But like when you give your life to God, it's like, hey, I don't want no more control. I don't want to continue to make decisions for myself, because this is where it led me before, right? And it really wasn't. If I really look at it, truly, it was glossy. It was wonderful, but it wasn't God. It wasn't. You know, I wasn't really happy. I don't know. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. I was, trying to fill a void that I had going on. But that's being young. But God, like I said, He created a situation to where it was like, hey, I need you to come back to me. This is your opportunity to come back to me or not. And if you don't, I'll turn you over. And if He would have turned me over, that would have been a disaster from the pits of hell for sure. But I'm glad He had His grace. So going back to the children, so it's like when you when you feel them leaving your hands, you feel them leaving your lap, but heavier on your heart. It's not saying that you're losing control, but you're learning how to trust God, and allowing them to make better decisions. You, yes, will still have control of saying, "Hey, this is some advice I'm gonna give you." Then it's up to them to take that, advice or whatnot, and you just pray that you do. That they do, not you. You pray that you do, and as long as your wisdom comes from God. So, um, Lord, I lost my train of thought. As long as so you technically don't want to have control. You in the control that you have, your control is going into prayer, going into a relationship with God, of course, and asking Him for wisdom and all those things, and allow Him to take control. Let Him be in control of everything, because again, He does have our best interest at heart. And who beats that? Who can beat that? Like nobody at all. Um, so it's like, here it is, Lord, take control. I don't want control. You give me the ability, the wisdom, the words, the strength to do what you called me to do. Right? So never feel like you're losing control, because you're not losing control. You're giving control to someone who um, knows best. Because again, He's Alpha and Omega. He's beginning and the end. He knew our beginning at the very end. He knew our end before we got to our beginning. So He already knows the path that we're going to take. He knows the decisions that we're going to make. He knows the path that we're going to take. Yeah, there may be some bumps and bruises here and there and whatnot, but He still wants us to trust Him to lead us and guide us to where He wants us to be. And we have to do the same for our children, that we do have and that He blessed us with. So, with that, know that you're not losing control. Know that you don't. Um, you not saying that you don't have no control, but just give your control to God. Again, because He knows best. And with that being said, again, as y'all can tell, I'm still trying to figure out how to get this background going and all these things. Um, and I'm working on my laptop also to try to update the intro and the outro as well. So it's like a lot of things going on right now, just so I can better it, so I can be better consistent at it. Um, so yeah, trust God, come to God. If you don't have a relationship with God, please come to God. I urge you, my brothers and my sisters, to come to God. And because it's time, like with the times that we're in, it's literally like knocking at the door of time. And in the hands of the Lord, there's no time. His time is in His hands. He controls everything. At the same time, we have to watch and know what's going on in the world. And if we don't have God, we technically have nothing, and we're already lost. And we don't want to be lost. So if you don't hear anything else I said today, again, get to know God, have Him become the center of your life, and give Him control over everything about you, your emotional, spiritual, financial, all the leaves, okay, all the alls, um, part of your life. And I promise you, you will not regret it, and He will not let you down in any way, shape, or form, because He loves you, and that's what He does. So He's gracing us enough time to get it right. So while we have the time, uh, let's go ahead and get it right. Let's get it right. So, with that being said, I love you guys, and again, I appreciate you all coming and supporting and continuously being here to support the podcast and all of the things. Again, you can continue to follow us on the Let's Be Real um, dot 100 on all of the platforms. They wouldn't let me use the 100% parts, but I use the dot 100. So let's be real dot 100 on all of the platforms. My Instagram is updated to where my lives will go on there now because I have to figure out how to do the key thing. Like, again, like I said, in the background, I'm really trying to be consistent. I'm really trying to build this thing. Um, and on the website, I'm going to change it on the intro. It does say at squarespace.com, but it's not at. It is a Let's Be Real 100 dot squarespace.com. And that's where you'll find all of the products and the podcast there and all the other things. You can just go over there and scroll around and find things, and that's where you'll find most of the updates and all those things that is going on. Um, I will be um, posting more things there as well as far as business wise. So again, you can support that as well. If you want to support the podcast, everything that is given and donated will go towards the build of the podcast. And again, I want to go out and help the community as well as much as possible. Again, like I told you in the last episode, I had a vision of where I needed to go. Um, and I want to have everything lined up to get to that vision because if I don't prepare and I get to that position and I don't have anything as far as like how to present, what to present, when the opportunity comes, I'm gonna have to go down this mountain again another time, and I don't want that. So this was the last time of me walking around that mountain, and so yeah, if you want to donate, I do have a cash app. It's the Let's Be Real. Let me pull it up so I can make sure I have that correct cash app. My phone. Where's my phone? I had everything lined up right here in my view, so I wouldn't lose anything. Hold on. Oh, it's under my binder. Again, if I can show y'all what my section looks like, y'all be like, okay, yeah, she is out there in them streets working, trying to build, trying to be consistent for sure. Um, Nope, I'm not borrowing any money from anybody. I don't know how people go in debt with cash app. And I'm working on getting Zelle because I know that's mostly what people use. I'm working on that too. Um, I'm working on that too. I think it's on my iPad though. Let me look. Let me look. Do. I do have this stuff on my board. I do have all this stuff on my board that I need to read it to. Because it was on my daughter's phone, but I didn't need her. Are you kidding me? The shenanigans. But it's um, yeah, I don't want to give you wrong information. I'm waiting on it to download again. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? Hold up. Here it is. I will tell y'all I'm lifing for real. Y'all gonna know that your girl be lifing for real, and y'all not gonna miss it. Um. Oh, so it's $ Let's Be Real 120 100 10025. So let's be real 10025. Um, so that's the cash up part. I'm working on all the other stuff too. I need like to get a real bank account so I can get like Zelle or something. Because I know that's what a lot of people use. But if you do use Cash App or whatever, you can do that. Um, if you want to donate or anything like that. Not expecting it. I just, like I said, I do this because I love to. And I'm looking forward to God doing what He desires to do in this platform. So, with that being said, I don't think there's anything else I need to update you on. Your girl is working hard on getting this done. Really, truly. Um, really and truly. But if y'all don't hear anything else I said, like I said, come to God, and that's the whole focus of this, is to get you to um, build your relationship with God. Know that He loves you. Know that He desires you. Know that He called you, no matter how um, dirty you may be. And I'm gonna talk about that in the next episode because I be, it's the conversation I just had that I need. Yeah, we're gonna get that out. And again, you will not regret it. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I will come back and talk to you guys later. Bye. Thank you for joining us in our little corner of the world. We appreciate you coming and joining us in this conversation. If you would like to follow us, you can follow us on the Let's Be Real 100% on all social media platforms. Also on our website, letsbereal100.squarespace.com. Again, we are that community of love. And as we end, come to God. Come to God. This is truly important. Now is the time. There's no delay. Today is the day. God loves you, and so do I. See you all again next week.